How will the UK cope with the Queen's passing? Put the fucking kettle on. She will respawn at a randomly appointed location and Charles will never be king. If she passes, or has already, today, we'll be welcoming in a new PM and new monarch in the same week. I'm not sure how that would affect me personally, if at all, but it's certainly going to create a chaotic transition period. Edit, and there we go. Announced almost as soon as I posted this. 625 days from outlasting Louis XIV. Promote a pawn to a new queen? I guess Elton John will have to repurpose another old song. Maybe Crocodile Rock? Charles will be so excited to finally be king he'll kick over from a heart attack. Pub. Whatever they're feeling, eventually they'll probably be rolling in the aisles when Charles dies of old age soon after taking the throne. Won't be anywhere near as long as his mum's 70-plus year reign. Greater than that's all there was? That's all I get? Greater than death, afraid so. The Sandman. I would feel bad for Prince Charles. Guy waited 73 years for his first job, must be rough. I've only been to the UK twice in my life, but if I had to guess, drinking. They're going to drink about it. Edit, looks like it happened. Cheers lads and ladies, drink up. 90% of us are just wondering if we will get an extra day off work. New king will fail to consolidate power. Rebellion in the north and rumors of an army of the undead beyond the wall will appear. By making shitty memes about it on Reddit and such. The pound will crash, inflation will skyrocket, wars will escalate with no peace in sight. Oh wait. I can't believe I found out the Queen died through a fucking Reddit post. Doesn't a royalty have to be made from her ashes, which has to be consumed by the new ruler within 24 hours to absorb her powers? I think a lot of people underestimate what a big thing this is going to be. If you read the accounts of what is planned, it is enormous in terms of days of national mourning, businesses being expected to shut, bank holidays, using football stadiums for memorial services, etc., TV stations and radio being expected to stick to respectful programming. It'll be the only thing the news covers for days. Then there's the funeral and coronation, which will both be events that the country hasn't seen the like of for decades, because of how long she's been on the throne. The Queen really is loved by a lot of people, and for many more serves as a sort of unchanging point of stability. I think there will be plenty of people who are genuinely very upset, and many more who aren't upset but still feel a sense of loss. Of course the country will cope, but it's going to be a much more monumental thing than some people appreciate. Also the media will go a bit deranged. Our more conservative papers will be calling for full national shutdown to observe mourning. There'll undoubtedly be celebrities, politicians and members of the public cancelled for being deemed insufficiently sad. When Prince Philip died things got a bit silly, and this is going to be that times a million. Edit, really bad timing that I posted this literally an hour before the Queen's death was announced. R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth II. It'll probably be the biggest news ever in the UK and other Commonwealth countries. Other countries, it'd make the news but it wouldn't stop their day. Everyone will stop what they're doing to get to a TV set or radio. Work will be dismissed for the day to allow mourning. When I worked at a media group in the UK, we had a special protocol in case the Queen ever did die. Had a special phone number that was reserved only for this event. Dialing it even by accident would result in heavy repercussions. You'd also need to be aware that this could happen at any time. I worked the graveyard shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., so even if this happened at 3 a.m., you'd need to respond fast. And when I say fast, I mean some of the fastest SLA response times I've ever had to deal with. You'd be given 10 minutes from the story coming up, to acknowledging it and notifying that special number I mentioned, my manager and the chief editor. If you failed to do all that in 10 minutes, you'd be fined £50,000. That was the average late SLA fee back then. Because they needed to ensure all the newspapers, all the TV news stations, and all other media sources online had the feed. So basically, we'd find out everything that's happened newsworthy 10 minutes before the rest of the world, if that makes sense. Sorry to drone on. My NDA expired about a year ago, so I made sure I was okay to post this.